Good morning, Toronto. Good morning, Canada. Welcome back to BT. Sid Sixero here with you. In the far northern countries closest to the North Pole, the sun remains below the horizon for much of the winter. While we don't have that same issue here in Ontario and in most of the parts of the country, we can definitely learn from those who do. Joining us this morning with some suggestions on how we can survive and thrive this winter is sleep expert Amanda Jewson. Amanda, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Let's dive into this here because we do not have those issues of like 2 hours of sun a day or something like that.
It just feels like it.
But we do have our challenges here sleeping in Canada during the winter.
Absolutely.
What would you like to spotlight?
I mean, there are a few. I mean, number one, when the sun is not up, our sleep-wake systems are completely dysregulated. We don't know up from down. Our melatonin production is in overdrive. Melatonin can only be produced in darkness. It starts getting dark out. Dusk is around 4:35, a little bit later.
Sorry, melatonin can only be produced in darkness.
That's right. Okay. So our body, when the sun goes down, our body goes, great. That's awesome news. We're going to go to sleep. And then we start producing melatonin. So melatonin, people experience seasonal affective disorder. That can be fatigue, low mood, weight gain, and sleep issues, insomnia, or insomnia is trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, or hypersomnia, which is sleeping too much, hibernating, like me. That's what I do. That's what I identify.
You're a hibernator?
I'm a hibernator.
I have to be honest, I know it sounds weird, I'd hate to be on the other side of that coin.
Right.
You get too much almost.
There's
not enough hours in the day, I think. It's
100%.
tough, right? There's stuff to do. But I'm not the expert. I'll leave it to you, man. I'll just shut my mouth. Okay, so now that we've established that, what things can we pull here from what other countries in the world are doing who really have to deal with this issue that Canadians can use at home and find them pretty easily at their local store or whatnot? What can they pick up?
So I think about myself, I identify as a hypersomniac in the winter. The dark makes me want to sleep. So I actually sleep with the sunrise alarm clock. Now this little orb here is going to mimic the sun. It's going to come up at the lightest part of your sleep, which will make you feel refreshed in the morning. It's hard to get out of bed when it's dark. This is going to mimic that sunrise and give us a little boost to get us out of bed. Gives it to me. The next thing here is a happy lamp, a sad lamp, whatever you want to call it. This lamp actually communicates blue or white light into your eyes. That is going to signal to your body, hey, the sun is up. I'm going to talk a little bit about going outside, but a lot of people can't go outside during the day. And so this can mimic that sun exposure for you. I mean, sun exposure and light exposure is so important that the Canadian Army, they wear something called a light visor or light goggles. They look like light goggles, okay? Now, they wear this all day to regulate those sleep-wake cycles, to help them sleep, to let their bodies mimic what light is so they can go to bed. So artificial light is key. On the other side, because you're going to have people who are going to really struggle with insomnia, using comforting light like fireplaces, candle lights, really dimming your lights. If you have the opportunity
to
add a dimmer. This
is more my speed. Yes. Yeah. This is more my speed.
If you're having trouble sleeping because you're all dysregulated, dimming the lights kind of tells the body, it's time for bed. And finally, I talk about artificial light. If you have the opportunity, simply go outside. We are lucky to not experience 24 hours.
What is this go outside thing you talk about? I'm not familiar with it.
I know it's hard, but the light is outside. Even on a cloudy day, those rays are really helpful in regulating the body. Go outside, snowshoe, cross-country ski, skate. Go for a walk and talk with a client.
It's wild you have to say that, but you do.
You do.
Because people aren't doing it enough.
No.
And just for the two tools here on the table, again, so this is to mimic the sunrise. So
That's right.
And the settings, they go from like mild to I'm on the planet Mercury.
Correct.
Kind of thing, right?
Actually, this, this is a clock that I use, and you can adjust the brightness of the light. It also has a dim down feature. So I talked about those nice dim lights. You can mimic a sunset in your room before bed to do the same things.
All right. Amanda, that's great. Where can people find you online?
Restmybest.com for grown-ups, baby's best sleep for the babies. Kiddos.
'Tis the season for this struggle that goes on here in terms of sleeping in the winter. Thanks for that. Really appreciate it. All right.